just before, Nishma was asking about sixth sense and intuition, right, Nishma? So, how does it work? Well, I think it's best to ask you guys a question, right? Everyone who's watching this video. Have you ever foreseen something before? Let's say you think something's going to happen, and then something happens. Right? So what is that? That is you foreseeing something. So then comes the question of, did you really foresee it, or did you manifest it? But what if I was saying that actually foreseeing it and manifesting it is the same thing? Because time is not linear. So whatever is in the future, is in the past, is in the now, it's all one thing. When we talk about sixth sense, how is it that you've been able to access that before? And we do it unconsciously at times. We have this feeling something's going to happen, and it happens. Or sometimes you're just walking down the street, you have a feeling, I think somebody's following me. Then you look back, and far behind you've got a friend who's calling for you, or who wasn't even calling for you, but just walking behind you. And you're like, how did I know they were so far behind? Do you have eyes on the back of your head? What is actually going on? So this is all to do with intuition. This is all to do with sixth sense, right? This is your supernatural powers. And we all have it. People make it sound very mystical, but it's not that mystical. Why? All you need to understand is that we comprise of two bodies, our physical body and our energy body. Our physical body, while it's limited, right? Our physical body is the physical body begins. You see where it ends and it begins, right? Energy body is infinite. Energy body is when we talk about oneness and everything's interconnected. We're one with the universe, one with God. This is our energy body. Our energy body protrudes beyond the physical body, right? So here is my energy body still, right? If I go here to Mahak here, I'll still be able to feel there's an energy beyond the physical. But I cannot see it, but it's there, right? Some of you will say, yeah, but that's just body heat. Body heat is body energy. Heat is energy. That is still her energy that is beyond her body right now, right? So in that same sense, our sometimes, and this is another thing as well, sometimes you'll meet some people and then you feel like, whoa, this person, I don't know what it is. They don't have to be extremely good looking or anything. There's an aura about them. There's something you cannot put your finger on, but you just feel their energy, their presence. Had that before? Yes. Right? Why do some people have that energy? Right? What is it? Actually, you all have it, but most people don't know how to activate it, or when it's activated, or when it's deactivated, right? And what has it got to do with? It's got to do with three main things. The first thing it's got to do with is, and this is why when we do a lot of meditation practice, or we go into deep practice, we practice a lot about not thinking. When our mind is thinking, our mind is using up a lot of your energy. When it uses a lot of your energy cannot be used to sense anything else. Right? It's actually a very simple thing to understand. I mean, like, let's say, for example, it's like right now, if I'm speaking to Nishma right now and I have a full-on conversation, I keep telling her about what happened yesterday, right? Or I tell her about a movie I just watched, right? And then let's say Elisa's there, but Elisa's not. She's not listening to what I'm saying. Instead, she's just in her moment, in the now. She can hear the birds. She can see there's a person walking there. She can sense so many different things. She can hear sounds that she cannot hear. Why? Because she is using her mind thinking about what I'm speaking about. She is not. Because her energy is consumed by thoughts. When it's consumed and used in thinking, what happens now? Well, her senses start dropping, because her mind is using the energy. When your mind is not using the energy, in Chinese we say 放空. How do you say in English?
Just nothing.
Sometimes when you're in nothingness, you don't think about anything, right? When you don't think about anything, then what happens is your energy is not used here. Then your energy is very much vibrant and it expands. It expands, it feels more, it senses more. That's what sixth sense is an extra sense. It's like an extra dynamic, an extra dimension to the sense. Right? But you can only do that, number one, when your mind is silent. You'll find that the most intuitive times was when we're not thinking about anything at all. You suddenly, oh, I've received a download. Yeah. Right? Because you weren't thinking about anything. Right? In that moment, 放空, right? You were not thinking, you were nothing.
Yes.
So in that moment, you access something beyond what you usually sense, right? You received a download, right? Intuition. The second thing that it's got to do with is how active your energies are. So what does that mean? Like, that's why in our yogic practices, we do a lot of things to do with activating chakras, breath work, yoga, alignments, a lot of these different things, right? We do mudras, mantras. What are we doing? We're activating our energies. When we are activating our energies now are, it's almost like saying wake up energy. And when your energies are awake, you will sense more things. It's a very simple philosophy or idea, really. If you just wake up in the morning, do you sense as much? Of course not, because you're barely even here. Your energies are very sleepy, right? So that's why a lot of the time you'll find your senses heighten when you learn to raise your vibrational frequency through body movement, right? Let's say, for example, okay, let's say you go in a club, you go into chaos stage, right? Loads of music, you're dancing, you're going wild, your body's moving, right? Active energy. In those moments, it's not your sense, well, your senses heighten, but it's chaos. It's high vibrational chaos stage, right? You hear everything, it's still chaos. It's not like you're intuitive. But the moment the music stops and the club finishes, you hear buzzing noises, you hear loads of different things, you hear everything. Suddenly it seems like you can even hear a pin drop in the room. Why does that happen? Right? It's because actually you unconsciously raise your vibrational frequency through dance, through movement. You activated your energies, they're awake, they're highly, highly awake and vibrant. Your energy, your energetic body has come way beyond what it was before. Right? So it's more sensitive. That is also your sense, your sixth sense. That's what you receive, that's the messages you receive, that's your downloads, that's everything. So that second thing has to do with the activation of your energy. The third thing has to do with the directed flow of your energy. So what does it mean by directed flow of the energy? So let's say, for example, some of you who practice, Nishma just finished a 200-hour yoga in Bali, right? What is king of asanas? Headstand, right? Why do they call headstand king of asanas? Why is it so king? You just turn yourself upside down, right, on your head. But because when you turn yourself upside down, where is your energy flowing? Where is it directed? It's directed towards your head. Why is it that's such a big thing? Everyone talks about opening third eye, crown chakra, all of these things, receiving downloads. You would never hear somebody say, oh yeah, I just received a download. You receive a download, right? Why receive this way? Because this is the receiver, it's the antenna. And so when you move your energies up here, that's the flow, when you direct the flow up here, you become more intuitive, your sixth sense becomes more vibrant, right? This is a thing that anyone can do. That's what I'm saying. It's not that mystical. It's not that crazy. But the only difference between, let's say, any normal person out there and any practitioner, right, is that the practitioner is trying to keep their state in that peak intuitive state most of the time, all the time, right? And what usually people do is people are not even conscious about these things. And so they accidentally sometimes are more intuitive than other times. You see? So hopefully that's give you a little bit more clarity on intuition, on downloads, on sixth sense, on how to activate it and things like that. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, you got anything out of it, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Comment below. Let us know if you can relate to anything that I've shared in this video. And also let us know where you guys have tuned in from. That's always nice to know. And finally, if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way. Because this year, we're dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for Nishma, myself, Mahag, and Alisa, blessings for all of you. Namo Himalaya. See, wow. 5 days ago, Master was eating this rice in the video. 5 days after, he's still eating the same bowl, right?